Good evening, good evening, my Faith Nation. Oh my gosh, guys, it's Wednesday already, and I'm so delighted and so happy that we are closing the week very soon. But besides that, I just want to come to you guys today with a word of encouragement. But before I get to the word of encouragement, I just want to just tell you guys what just happened a few minutes ago before I started, my video and coming to you guys this evening. I asked the Holy Spirit for the word of encouragement, and something hit me in my spirit, and nothing came, literally nothing came to mind. But this is what is in my heart, that when you are not moved by the Spirit, do not move because you think you should move. Like right now, I really wanted to grab something from the word and just put a word of encouragement right there, but something much more powerful came to me, that if you are not moved by the Spirit, if you are not moved in heart by the Spirit or in mind by the Spirit, do not move. Be still. Don't do anything. Don't try and come up with fancy words. Don't try and come up with a story or try and put, old pieces together to say something that's going to encourage somebody out there. Don't try too hard when it comes to the things of God. Be led by the Spirit. And I am admitting that I tried too hard, a few minutes ago. But I'm so grateful that I got a quick revelation in that moment of trying, that do not be moved when you are not moved by the Spirit. Do not shift when you are not shifted by the Spirit. Be led by the Spirit. Walk in spirit. The Bible does talk about walking in spirit, and it talks about walking in the flesh. And right now I'm speaking spirit. And I think that will be my continuous word of encouragement, even in my teaching, that we live by spirit. We are spirit beings and we live by faith. So it's very important to know what leads you in your space of living, to know what is in the midst of you in your space of living, to know what enters into your mind in everyday living. Be conscious of who leads you. Be conscious of how you are led, and more especially who is leading you. Be conscious of that. Be conscious of what you are receiving on a daily basis. At least if one is living life and not having the time of day to really sit down and take in what is necessary, what is needed to feed the body, then pray. I mean, prayer works for me, guys. Like when I don't want to follow a certain thing because my spirit is leading me in a different direction, I become still. I become still and I allow myself to be led, and I move. And right this moment, like 3 minutes ago, I wanted to move on my own. So it is a true fact that even though we are spiritual beings, even though we are in the things of God, you are still going to feel like you need to do something. You need to do something with your own efforts, and it's not the case. And I realized that with my efforts, I got stuck. And I'm like, what am I going to say? But the minute I snapped out of that the minute I snapped out of that self-effort mode and I gave myself to the things of God in thought, then the word came to me. Do not be led by man. Do not put your wisdom in man or your faith in man, but in the power of God. That is the word for the evening, guys. Be led by the Spirit. Be led by the Spirit. Choose the Spirit. Choose the Spirit to lead you in relationships. We live in a tough time, where relationships are a crazy factor in our lives and in the lives of the people that we share this thing called life with. It's hectic. It's hard. And I think because we can be led by the Holy Spirit in other factors or in other areas of our lives, it shouldn't be any different when it comes to relationships. And I think that's where it is supposed to be working the most, because that's where you invest your time in people. We invest time in people, if not in things. But those things require people. So I just want to say to you guys that be moved by the Spirit. Even with that woman that you see or that man that you see, let the Spirit move you. Don't be led by the flesh or be led by how attractive he is or how gorgeous she looks. Allow the Spirit to lead you. But for you to be led by the Spirit, it all goes back to having a relationship with the Holy Spirit. It all goes back to developing a relationship, because that's where we learn relationships. That's where we learn how to be in a relationship. When you have a relationship with God, His Son, and the Holy Spirit. Those are 3 relationships in one. So if you can get those right, I'm pretty sure the natural relationship will come easy. So just remember, guys, be led by the Spirit. Do not put your wisdom in the faith of man. Does not work. It has never worked. Maybe it can work for like some time, but it's not solid. It's not solid. So I hope you guys have a lovely Wednesday. I'm going to come to you guys again this week. Yeah. I'll see when I'll come back to you guys this week with my notes. But definitely, guys, I can testify to being led by the Spirit with my partner. Literally, I was led. And here I am, many, many, many more years later. And the Holy Spirit is at work still. So it doesn't mean that if you're in a relationship that was led by the Holy Spirit, now you need to get comfortable. No. There's no time to be comfortable when you are in the things of God or when you are moved by the Spirit, because the devil will test you. And that's where he will test you in a relationship, in a God-given relationship. So let us not get too comfortable in our own skins. But yeah, let us make time. Let us make time for God. Let us make time for the Son and the Holy Spirit. And your relationships will definitely be aligned. Have a lovely evening, guys. I'll see you soon. Subscribe. At the end of the day, we subscribe, guys. Cheers.